This is Trey. On tonight, we're going to expand you a little bit, dealing with a major key. We're going to be in the key of A major. And this is yet another widely used progression in gospel music. It probably was borrowed from jazz, to be honest with you. You heard it in Never Would Have Made It, Marvin, Sapp, and even if you speed it up, Gain the Whole World. Gain the World, Give Me Jesus. I think that's by James Hall. I could be wrong. Nevertheless, we're going to simplify what I just played, and we're going to kill multiple birds with one stone. That being, we're going to give you a few chords to play. We're going to also look at the circle of fourths, and we may even throw in a tritone just to switch it up. All right? So right into it, we're going to begin in the right hand with an A major. That's E on the bottom, A in the middle, C sharp on top. All right, next, B minor. That's F sharp, B, and D. Next, all we do is drop the bottom key, and that makes that a B diminished. F, B, D. And then we're back to A major. All right, just those four. A major, B minor, B diminished, A major. All right. Now in the bass hand, for a song like Never Would Have Made It, we start on the 1. But I'm going to start on the 4, so it's going to be more like the song I mentioned, Gain the World. So the 4 being D. And then we're going to jump to G sharp, C sharp, F sharp. Okay, so we open on the D, and then we get into the circle of fourths. G sharp, C sharp, F sharp. Okay, so far. A major on D, B minor on G sharp, drop thumb to B diminished over C sharp, back to the A major over F sharp. All right, moving on. So that last A major, just slide the thumb down one note. So that becomes an A major flat 5. Because we dropped the 5th note of the major scale in one key, that's a flattened 5. Okay, moving on to a G major. That's D, G, B. Do the same thing, drop the thumb. That becomes a G major flat 5. So it's A major, flat 5, G major, flat 5. Okay? So the bass for those, okay, we were on the F sharp. So we continue around the circle of fourths. F sharp, B, E, and A. Okay? And that's the whole movement. So very quickly, if you don't understand what the circle of fourths are, whatever key that you are starting on, so say, so again, the D was just our lead-in note. So the first key we started on in regard to the fourths is G sharp. So the G sharp major scale is what? G sharp, A sharp, C, C sharp, D sharp, F, G, and G sharp. So what note is the fourth note of that scale? Okay, it's C sharp. So now we look at it as if we're in the key of C sharp and do the same thing. Major scale. So the fourth note in the C sharp major scale is what? C sharp, D sharp, F, F sharp. But we just played it at a different octave. And you do the same thing around the whole cycle. Of fourths. Okay? So basically, if you're going this way, clockwise, it's the cycle of fourths, but technically going left would be fifths. Anywho, that's a basic crash course in that. So putting this all together, same thing again. Slow it down. Okay. So that tritone that I told you all about, they get a lot more technical with it in jazz music, and I do not get too heavy into the jazz, not purposely anyway. But anyway, in gospel music, I see it used a lot in the 7-3-6 progression. So, in that movement we just did, the 7-3-6 would have been the G sharp, C sharp, and F sharp. Why? Again, we go back to the major scale and the numbers of the keys. So we're in the key of A. Major scale is A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. Okay? So the seventh note of that scale is what? It's G sharp. The third note was C sharp. And the sixth was the F sharp. So in gospel music, when you hear that turnaround, many guys use that tritone to coordinate with the 3, the third note of the scale. Okay, so let's apply it. Okay, so you see I kind of led into it, and that that tritone is F and B. I'm not going to get to explaining that right now. That's a whole other tutorial. But just suffice it to say that this tritone goes along with the C sharp in the bass and the A major chord. Okay, let's try it again. So when I apply that tritone, I don't like to come back to the same A major. So you may switch it to an E major chord. E, G sharp, B. And then just go back into your routine. Okay? Regular. Tritone, E major.